Request from Isaac Neven and Brett Bailey of the Crown Point Youth Council respecting a proposal for a family bike skills park. The committee clerk has indicated that Mr. Neven and Mr. Bailey have asked for the committee's permission to speak at today's meeting because of the seasonal nature of their presentation. If the committee is in agreement with the request, may I have a motion to agree to hear the delegation request from Mr. Neven and Mr. Bailey today's meeting? Moved by Councillor Miller, second by Councillor Collins. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favour? Any opposed? Carried. Consent items. 5.1, intersection control list. Is there any discussion of 5.1? Could I have a mover of the recommendations? Yes. Moved by Councillor Collins, second by Councillor Marilla. All those in favor? Carried. Any opposed? Carried. 5.2, capital project status report as of the December 31st, 2013. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, could I have a motion to receive this item? Moved by Councillor Basuta, second by Councillor Marilla. All those in favor? Any opposed? Carried. 6.1, public hearing delegations. At this point, I would ask Isaac Neven and Brett Bailey, representing the Crown Point Youth Council, representing the proposal for a family bike skills park.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I just talked to clerk. I apologize for interrupting. 5.3 as well on consent. You might just want to deal with that before the delegation.
Sure.
I just talked to Laurie. Thank you.
I'll move it.
It's not on my roadmap. Okay. Moved by Councillor Jackson, second by Councillor Ferguson. All those in favor? Any discussion? Carried.
Thank you.
Can I have you bring that mic right down? There we go. Please introduce yourselves.
Good morning. I'm Isaac, and this is Brett, Frida, and David. How many of you rode bikes when you were kids? Well, we like riding bikes and would like your support in building a bike skills park. I will now walk you through the proposal. Does everyone have one? Yep. Okay. So, we would like your support to build a family bike park, a family skills bike park. So we would like one to get kids off. To stop riding off on the streets, like jumping off of curbs and stuff, and stop building jumps on the escarpment, because right now kids are building jumps on the escarpment and they are getting hurt on them. And so we would like your help to build a pump track so that kids can get off the streets and off of jumps on the escarpment, and they can ride a legal and well-built pump track. So what a pump track is so it's a loop of just little, it's just mounds of dirt that when you go over them, you pump your bike, and well, you just push your body down on your bike, and then so you can build up speed when you go around. It improves your biking skill, and so it helps you to become a better biker, and yeah, and it's safe. So anyone can use a bike. Anyone can use a pump track at all. If you have a bike, you can use it. So anyone can join in the fun. There's a lot of good things about it. It gives you great exercise. It's a low risk of getting hurt. Brings community together. It's simple and fun. Why we want to do this now is lots and lots of kids are getting bikes in the neighborhood. For instance, Bike for Mike happened a little while ago. They gave out around 500 bikes. So that's 500 more kids that need a place to ride and don't have a place to ride. And then New Hope Community Bikes, they sell around 10 bikes a year. So that's a lot more kids. I mean, a day, sorry, not year. So that's a few more kids too that need a place to ride. And there's not a very big risk. There's a little risk, but not very much if it's built properly. It should, if it's built properly, there's not a huge risk at all at getting hurt. It's easy to do. It's not really hard to do. It's not big jumps or anything. It's just really easy to do. So there's a low risk of getting hurt. Many cities around us are doing this. And so like Cambridge, Kitchener, Toronto, Oakville, and many more are doing this. So that's also another reason why we want to have this now. And so the proposal, so we would like to have just a small pump track in Gage Park for a 2-year pilot project, beginning this summer, going through to fall 2016. On the next page, it shows where we would like to have our pump track. We'd like it in the corner of the southwest corner of Gage Park, right by the Lawrence Avenue, right beside the tennis courts. So yeah, that's where we'd like it, just for 2 years, just as a pilot project. So yeah, will you help us with this?
What it looked like.
Oh yeah. On the next page, it just shows all different pump tracks. On Appendix A, it shows the top one. That's how small they can be. They can be very, very small, very, very big. They don't harm the environment. You can build them, like if you, there's a tree in the way, you build around the tree. You don't have to cut down any trees. So yeah. So.
Any further comments, Isaac?
Pardon?
Is there anyone else speaking? Is that it?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Councillor Marilla who has a question for you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Isaac, great job. If you could just take the opportunity to introduce everyone that you're with, or if they want to come up to the mic, just to mention their name, and perhaps you can do that yourself, Isaac.
Yeah, okay, so this is Brett. Me and him are the ones trying to get this. This is Frida and David. They're also willing to help with this, so they can go there and help.
Excellent. And to you, Mr. Chairman, Isaac, can you explain, last night there was some good news too with the official position of Crown Point. Can you elaborate on what happened last night?
Okay, so we spoke to the Crown Point Youth Hub, the hub, and everyone there thought it was a great idea. They're in favor of this, and yeah, they're supporting it.
And to you, Mr. Chairman, also additionally this morning, we all received an email from the Beasley community.
Yeah, I got an email. They said that they are supporting this too.
Fabulous. At the appropriate time, Mr. Chairman, I do want to move a motion to support this endeavor and have staff report back accordingly with all options and alternatives. But for the time being, those are all my questions at this point.
Thank you. Councillor Ferguson.
Just one question to Isaac. Isaac, do you know the difference, because I don't, between a pump track and a BMX track?
So what's different is a BMX track is a lot, it's really wide, and it's just straight, a couple turns, and then it just ends. It doesn't go around, and they're mainly used for racing, whereas this isn't for racing purposes, so
Okay.
if you don't want to race, you don't have to. Also, BMX courses are mainly like locked up and you need a membership to use them, and stuff. This would be free to anyone in the community, and it's a circle, so you can go over and over and over. It's really fun.
Okay, because in my community, a place called Jerseyville Woodlot, where the kids went down and built what they said was a BMX track, which is jumps and turns. So that's really a pump track then, is it?
No, a pump track isn't really for it. You can't, like, it's not for jumping. It's just for rolling over.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Any other speakers? Councillor DeBelle.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman, and Isaac, thanks very much. You did a great job up there, and we're all proud of you coming forward today in the council and expressing your views. I know when I was a smaller child, and I used to ride a bike, and we used to go up to the dump in Burlington and use those, we called them the dune hills, and we did the same thing. But I've also, up in the mountain, I've heard expressions of, to me from other children, that they need an area to ride their bikes and do the same thing as you're requesting to do. So I think it's a great proposal you're asking us, and I know Councillor Marilla is going to bring something forward. So I'm very supportive of it, and I think it's great work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask Councillor Pursuit to take the chair. I want to thank Isaac, Brett, Frida, and Dave for coming up and championing this particular issue. I actually was very supportive of a BMX track being located somewhere in Hamilton. About 3 years ago, we have a BMX champion from my ward, and they have to go out of town to actually practice on a sanctioned track. So we don't have a BMX sanctioned track in the city of Hamilton. So that's certainly something to be keep on the radar. But this would be the beginning, because I think what you're talking about is a track that it provides opportunity for developing those skills if you want to advance into the BMX. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I just coincidentally on Sunday went out and bought my son a brand new mountain bike. The last one he was jumping curbs and broke the rim. So obviously I'd rather him to be jumping on a skilled track than jumping out in the street. So really appreciate your presentation. Wonderful job. And I know that Councillor Marilla and I believe Councillor Morrill will be very, very supportive of this endeavor. So thank you once again for coming forward. Councillor Marilla.
Thank you, Councillor Whitehead. So it's moved by myself and seconded by Councillor Collins that we refer the presentation and the request accordingly to staff and incorporate the Gage Master Plan, which fits nicely with this request itself, and as well as the outdoor recreational facilities and sports field provision plan. And I do want to emphasize that we're going to move quickly on this, but not because of this committee or council, but because of today's presentation. And I think it truly speaks volumes when you have a group of young residents, and in my case, particularly from the east end of Hamilton, being so proactive in identifying a need, putting forward a presentation, and then actually seeking out other endorsements throughout the community and neighborhoods accordingly. I think that, to me, is an incredible thing, and I just want to applaud you publicly today. And I proudly move this, seconded by Councillor Collins. And for the record, as Councillor Whitehead alluded to, I did speak with Councillor Morrill, and Councillor Morrill, being the representative of the Gage Park area, wanted to strongly be in favor of this proposal. But I want all of you to go away today, the four of you to go away, knowing that it's because of you and not anyone else. Okay? Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much. I need a motion to receive. Moved by Councillor Marilla, second by Councillor Basuda. All those in favor? Carried.